Welcome to Crown Chat with Nichelle, where we celebrate remarkable women who are making waves in the world while juggling the demands of everyday life, inspiring others, and leaving a lasting impact. I'm your host, Nichelle Miller, your reigning pure international elite Miss Central Region. Join me as we explore the stories of extraordinary women shaping our world right here on Crown Chat. Welcome to Crown Chat. I am so excited that everyone has come back to join us. I have a very special guest tonight, and I cannot wait for you all to meet her. So let me bring her in the studio. There she is. Hello, Queen.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for making time for me. You're always so gracious, and I just love it. Tell everyone at home who you are.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Dyna Martinez, and I am your reigning Miss Banks of the Wabash, competing at Miss Indiana on June 29th. So very excited to get to know one another a little bit more, Nichelle, and kind of talk about why we do the things that we do and why pageantry is so important.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I love it. So tell us, everybody wants to know it's a pageant. What's your platform?
Yes, so my social impact is Defy the Odds. I have a very, very interesting life story. I underwent hunger, I underwent emotional and physical abuse, and I could have been a very angry kid. But something along the lines, maybe it was the mentors around me, the love of God, and truly this ambition and resilience spirit that was ingrained in me really taught me the skills necessary to say, you know what? I am more than what has happened to me. And there are so many young people in this country that feel the exact same way. And they just need someone that loves and cares for them. And that's what Defy the Odds does. I'm very excited to talk about my organization and really talk about why the Miss Indiana opportunity truly changed my life.
I love that. I love that. So we're going to get deep into that in a jiffy, but you are competing for Miss Indiana, and I believe, did you post that this is your aging out?
Yes, I'm aging out. So this is my 7th try. And you know what? It's kind of bittersweet actually. So I've grown so much. I was 19 years old when I started in the organization. You know, when you're 19, you think you know everything, right? You're like, oh, I'm gonna win. And my very first pageant, I was singing my talent song. My throat kind of croaked in the middle of my note. And, you know, that kind of like taught me I can continue doing this, and I never gave up, and I'm still here. And so with new changes, I'm 27 years old now, and it's time to go, but I've impacted so many people over the last 7 years.
I love that. 27, you're a baby. You're a baby. A very mature baby, but a baby to me. So what keeps you coming back? You said this is your seventh trip. So tell us what keeps you going.
Honestly, there are 2 reasons. The first one is I think that anytime I'm on stage, whether it is answering an onstage question or an appearance like the Lions Club appearances or the Easter egg hunt in Scienceville, where I get to interact with community members and they tell me that I've changed their lives or that they've heard of my organization, Defy the Odds LLC, or a little girl coming up and saying, you look just like me. You're so beautiful. I wish I was like you. That is impactful. And that to me is really the reason why I keep coming back, because when I was 7 years old, I wanted to see people that overcame so many obstacles. And so I truly think that's highly important as women of color to know that no matter what we do, whether it's an appearance or even just a wave to someone, you're truly impacting their life. That's a legacy that you're leaving behind. And secondly, it's the people. I love the people in the Miss Indiana organization. They are super supportive. They've been there for me in my ups and my downs. That when I decided I was a pop singer, when I decided that I loved talking about politics, they were there for me. And that is a level of sisterhood that I didn't have. I wasn't in a sorority in college, but this was my sorority. So I absolutely love them.
I love that. I love that. And it touches my heart because that's one of the things I love about pageantry, especially for brown girls, is for little girls to see themselves in us. So I love that that's part of your push to continue this journey. That's amazing. So you're very transparent with your social impact project and things that you've gone through. How have you expanded on it being more than just the social impact project?
So I mentioned earlier Defy the Odds LLC. I started this organization around 2019, and I really focused on what is needed in the state of Indiana to make sure that other young girls and young boys do not go through some of the same experiences that I did. The state of Indiana has this law called the Family First Reunification Act. And that means that when you are in the child care system or there is there is a case that goes to the Department of Child Services on abuse, whether that is physical, mental, emotional, that means that that child needs to stay in the household and go through mediation with the family. That is a big problem because that isn't creating a safe space. And what I did was I created an organization in which children can be children. And I have been able to provide thousands of dollars in scholarships for them to go to summer camps and to go and do academic things and be able to kind of expand their mindset beyond what is happening in that household and think beyond that abuse. And so I partnered with organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, dance studios across Indianapolis, and looking to expand that across the state.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I love that you're taking it beyond pageantry. I think so many people get caught in the bubble of, well, this is my platform or this is my project, but you've expanded it beyond that so that there's somewhere for it to go and keep going.
Absolutely. Pageantry is a big stepping stone. I think as pageant women, we always say that we love using the crown and sash as a microphone. And I truly took that seriously. And so whether I'm the next Miss Indiana or not, my role is to impact as many young children and young adults as possible. And I will continue to do so through my organization.
I love that. I love that. And I'm just going to do a shameless plug. Pure is all about making an impact. So if Miss Indiana or after Miss Indiana, come on over, make more impacts with us. Just a shameless plug. Okay. So what are your goals? I mean, I know right now we're laser focused on Miss Indiana, but what are your goals beyond that competition week?
Yes, the first one, I think, since it's my last one, is truly to enjoy every single moment. From the moment that I step out of the car at opening ceremony to the parade and to just standing on stage, whether I'm holding hands with someone or just there cheering on the next Miss Indiana. I'm truly there to take it all in. As for my next steps is really expanding Defy the Odds LLC. I'm looking forward to launching the Defy the Odds Summit. It will be our inaugural one here in the city of Indianapolis. So partnering with the mayor of Indianapolis, the Department of Education, local legislators to expand it beyond Marion County and go through all 92, finding mentors and resources in all 92 counties. I'm absolutely looking forward to that. And honestly, just being able to live and kind of embody all of the things that the Miss America opportunity stands for, right? Style, success, service. Those are the things, scholarship are the things that I'm looking forward to over the next couple of weeks and months.
Wonderful. Wonderful. How has pageantry changed you? I mean, you were this young 19 and now you've evolved.
When I tell you that when I first started pageantry, I think I was like 12 years old. I got a mailer from the National American Miss organization, and it just said, great opportunity to make friends and to walk the runway. And I thought it was so cool. I'm Latina, and so pageantry is in our blood. And I remember watching Miss Universe and Miss America on stage and never thinking that it could be me. And so once I got that mailer, it turned to my mom and I was like, I think I want to do this. I was very excited about it. And we were sitting in the parking lot and she asked me, are you sure? What do you want to get out of this? And like a good 12, 13-year-old, I said, I just want to make friends. A very expensive hobby to make friends, but you know what? Absolutely. It truly changed my life because I would not have the job that I have now. I don't think I would have the organization that I have now, the friendships that I have now without pageantry. This is a space in which young women can be women and they can support each other. Now that I'm in corporate America, you find sometimes that it's other women that are barriers to success. And that is truly not the case in pageantry.
Yeah, absolutely. That's wonderful. I love that. So you started when you were 12. I started much older than that. What has been your favorite appearance out of all the ones you've done?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think it was when I addressed a couple years ago, I addressed an audience of women from all across the state of Indiana. We were here at the State House for International Women's Day, and as a young leader in the political space, I was given the opportunity to address them and to talk about why it is important for women specifically to be involved in politics. And that was truly impactful because so many other women told me, you know what, I wish that when I was 22, 23, I just had someone to push me. Statistically, women are need to be asked 7 times before they take the decision to run for office. And I don't think that is necessary. Our male counterparts don't go through the same things, and we are just as qualified, if not even more. And so has been one of my favorite appearances.
It's wonderful. And I think I remember you posting that one. I just love watching your social media and I'm just like, oh, she's doing that. Oh, she's doing this. And you're always somewhere. So if y'all are not following her, please follow her social media and follow her journey to Miss Indiana. Okay. So what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received along this journey?
I think I mentioned earlier that everyone that I've come in contact with the last 7 years have been super supportive. And it sounds truly cliche when someone tells you, be yourself. Um, I think we shared this common experience as Black women, and but especially for me as a Latina, that you think that you have to fit a mold to be successful. And that is truly not the case. I've truly not been happier than I am right now when I didn't feel the need to wear the specific dress and the pantyhose and the closed toe shoes. But like I wanted to personally express myself, whether that was through my clothing or through my music. And so when they say be yourself, that is truly what pageantry reimagined is. That is what new age pageantry is. And that is when you will definitely make the most impact in the people around you.
Yeah, yeah, and you feel more comfortable. I think when you're trying to fit the mold and you're trying to remember like, okay, I have to do this and I have to do this, you get all wiggy. So I think
And
that's
my
great.
anxiety will not let me, like, you can tell when I'm trying to do everything that everyone else has told me to, and I'm just overthinking everything.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So tell us a little bit. I mean, I've seen posts, I've heard all these great things. What is Miss Indiana Week like? Can you give us a sneak peek in there?
It is the glitteriest, most fun summer camp that exists. So you check in on a Monday afternoon, right? And we're all living together. At least all the Miss contestants are all living together for about 5 days. You have roommates. It's like being back in college. And I think like now that I'm out of it, it's so cool to have that. I was a commuter student. I went to IUPUI. And so I didn't have the dorm room lifestyle that is very traditional for college age women. And so to me, it's truly so much fun to get to know my peers and to really learn from them because it's easy to see and scroll through social media, but to kind of really sit there for 5, 6, 12 hours a day with someone, you really get to know them. And that's how the lifelong friendships form.
Definitely, definitely. Is there any one person that you're looking most forward to seeing?
Well, I think I have to say our Miss Indiana.
Yeah.
She was second runner up at Miss America, and she is absolutely fantastic. I followed Sydney since she was 18 years old, and she competed at her first local. I was in the audience, and I knew then that she was truly talented and would change the world. And she's now very close to me. We see each other a lot. She's in Indianapolis, so looking forward to spending a whole week with her.
Wonderful. She's an amazing young lady. That's amazing. What is one thing you would not change about yourself? We kind of talked about being yourself, so this might tie into that. You would not change about yourself for a pageant.
Ooh, I don't think I would change anything. I would just continue being, if someone thinks I'm loud because I am backstage listening to Pitbull and like, quote unquote twerking it up, I will probably do that. I can't, just for the audience, I cannot twerk. I'm just like letting it be known right now. I wouldn't change that. It makes the experience completely worth it. I think that too often we think we need to be perfect. And I've really learned and embraced this reckless authenticity model in every aspect of my life, whether that is in pageantry, in corporate America, in my organization.
So, for everyone that's at home, I mean, this show is all about dreaming and empowerment. How do you keep it all together? How do you prioritize? I mean, you're this amazing queen. You have your own LLC, you have corporate America, and you're competing. How do you keep it all prioritized and together?
It's hard, but I have very great mentors around me. My family is a big, big support to me. And sometimes I probably do take them for granted. And like, I think I should probably be much better about that. I think that a planner is always important. I color code everything. When I have a planner, a physical planner, I have two cell phones. I keep everything on a calendar. And my friends always joke that if it's not on the Google Calendar, it's not happening. So that is how I keep all of my priorities set. And I've also been very good about making sure that anything that comes into my life fits what the end goal is, and it's impacting as many young people as possible. So whether that is on a Saturday night, I have an appearance and it's reading books, or going to a drag show to support my friends, because the LGBTQIA plus community is just as important and their issues are just as important as anything else. That is what I will be doing.
Okay. Love it. I love it. I'm a planner girl. So you had me at planner. I was like, yes, that's
The stickers is amazing.
we kind of talked about, how as little girls and even now as title holders, it's important to impact little girls that look like us as well as everyone. But um, what advice would you give your 5-year-old self watching a pageant, thinking that that will never be me?
Wow. I think about that a lot. I definitely think about it a lot. I think the first thing is kneeling down to that 5-year-old version of myself and telling her, you could be anything you set your mind to.
Yeah.
You do not have to listen to those demons that are in your head, or to that negative mentality that the world may set upon you. Your dreams and your aspirations are just as valid as anyone else. Like, you could be both a lawyer, you could be a pageant queen, you could be anything. You could be a singer. You could be anything you set your mind to. And there are people around you that will support you no matter what.
I love that. I love that. And it's important to have that village. So I think that you have an amazing village. I told you we got to judge a pageant, your mom and I together, and she just could not stop praising you. So I, I think you have a pretty strong village there. Um, we're about at the end of our time. What is something you want to make sure the audience knows about you, or a message you want to get out to everybody?
Yes, I think the first thing, I would invite everyone to visit my website, youdefytheodds.com, and really learn about what we do. It's a work in progress, because everything in the state of Indiana, to me, is a work in progress. I believe the state of Indiana has so much potential to be amazing. It has the potential to create quality of life for everyone, to live the best life here, and they don't have to go elsewhere. And something else that you should know about me is that my community is strong. Our Latino, Black, Afro Latino community is amazing. We are a growing population here in the state of Indiana. And we are ready to take over the world, and not just pageantry, but even every aspect, whether that is corporate or legislative. I would love to tell every young woman that I come in contact with that you are more than your circumstances.
Wow. Are we having tech issue? There we go. We froze. I don't know how we froze, but I think
Oh,
we're good. I think we're good. All right. So I want to make sure we have that right. It's youdefytheodds.com. Is that
yes,
correct?
that is correct.
Okay, perfect. Because I want to make sure we get that out to everybody. Dina, I cannot thank you enough just for making time for me. I mean, I reached out to you on a humble, and you're like, absolutely. So I'm so grateful to share you with the world. You're such a beautiful spirit, inside and out. And I will be following. June 29th is Miss Indiana Week. Everybody follow her journey. I think you can buy tickets to watch virtually. You can go in person. Just cheer her on. This is her final hurrah, and I know you're gonna just knock it out of the park. So I am so excited to have you. I'm so excited to follow your journey, to have our viewers follow your journey, and to have you here. And to everyone watching at home, make sure to tune into the next Crown Chat Follow Dina's journey, and remember, never let anybody dull your sparkle because they can't handle your shine. Have a good night, everybody.